The rebuild kit consists of the parts needed to repair common problems with your nail gun, and replaces the parts that wear out with use. The kit will fix problems such as air leaking from the top or bottom of the gun, and most causes of a gun that won't fire. Rebuilding your nail gun is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the nail gun's cap. Now remove the rear nail door hinge. I'll use a punch to tap the hinge pin through the housing. Now remove the bolt that secures the magazine. Now remove the nail gun's lower assembly from the cylinder body. Now remove the nail feed piston. First, I'll remove the retaining pin. Next, I'll remove the hinge pin that runs perpendicular to the piston. Now remove the retaining ring that secures the piston. I'll remove the seal, and now the piston itself. With the gun disassembled, now we can begin installing the rebuild kit. I've laid out the parts, so I have a good idea of what needs to go into the gun. The kit includes a chart to help you identify the parts, and a schematic to show you where they're installed. I'll start the rebuild with the feed piston. There's 2 O-rings that I'll replace. As I install the new O-rings, I'll apply a little of the grease that came in the kit to them. Now I'll reinstall the piston into its cylinder. Next, I'll install the new seal. And I'll reinstall the spring and the cap and secure it with the retaining ring. Now realign the hole in the piston with the hole in the feed pawl so I can reinstall the pin. And I'll secure it with the retaining pin. With the piston reinstalled in the cylinder, now reinstall the feed pawl spring. It fits over a nub on the feed pawl and then into a recess on the piston. The last piece I need to replace on the lower part of the gun is this small O-ring here. This is the O-ring that seals off the piston air feed. Again, I'll apply a little grease to the new O-ring and install it onto the gun. Now I can reinstall the upper portion of the gun and secure it with the screws. And now I can reinstall the magazine. And I'll resecure the magazine door with the pin. Now I'll remove the cylinder from the nail gun. And I'll disassemble the cylinder assembly. I'll pull the piston from the cylinder, remove the driver guide, and the bumper. Now I'll install the new parts from the kit onto the cylinder pieces. I'll start with the piston O-ring. Again, more grease. Now the driver guide, I'll remember to reinstall the bumper before installing the driver guide. You'll notice part of the bumper is notched, and those notches should face down. As I install the driver guide, you'll notice one side has a larger flange than the other. The large flange should point down. Now we'll look at the cylinder. I'll replace the check seal. Notice the check seal has a taper to it. The thicker part of the taper faces up. And last, the O-ring. Now install the piston back into the cylinder, and this assembly is ready to go back into the nail gun. As I install the cylinder, you'll notice that it's oblong. This wide portion should point to the back of the gun. Now I can disassemble the head valve. I'll turn the cap upside down and tap it against a flat surface to knock the head valve out. Then I can remove the spring, the bumper. Now I'll remove the upper head valve body. Now I can begin installing the rebuild parts from the kit. I'll start with the head valve. The new head valve comes mostly pre-assembled. I will need to install the upper O-ring, which also comes in the kit. Now we can replace the upper valve body. The kit includes the new valve body and a new O-ring. I'll apply grease to the O-ring and install it on the valve body. I'll also swap out the bumper and the spring. And now I'll reassemble the head valve. First, the upper head valve body. Followed by the bumper, the spring, and the head valve. And the last part in the kit is the cap seal. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the cap. And now you can install a new rebuild kit in your nail gun. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up
And leave a comment.